A great opportunity this weekend to celebrate one of the greats that's ever played here, too, Al Wilson. Honored to have him lead our ball walk here on Saturday afternoon. Great opportunity for our fans to really just, emphasize, what he means to Vol Nation and what he's done. A guy that, to me, embodies everything that it means to be a volunteer. A guy that cares about his teammates still to this day more than he cares about himself. Guy that plays the right way, has always done that. Honored to have him here and looking forward to having him, spend some time with our football team over the course of the weekend too. So with that, I'll open it up to some questions.
What's up, guys? Kevin Patterson here, back with another video, and it's actually probably a little late for this video, but as you can see, once again, I'm at work, and kind of been a busy day. So the game is tomorrow, South Carolina. We will be honoring Al Wilson for this game. Now, this was a little bit before my time. I was born in 1990. So the 98 championship, I was only 8 years old, and I really didn't even start getting in and watching a lot of football until I was, in my 20s. I really just didn't care that much about sports when I was younger. Al Wilson was a little bit before my time, but I've always heard his name. So him being inducted into the College Football Hall of Fame in December, we're honoring him at this game, and I figured there's probably a bunch of people like me who never really got to watch him play, heard the name plenty of times, but never really knew who he was. I knew he was a linebacker just because I've heard the name and I've heard people talk about him, but I never really knew what kind of linebacker he was or how good of a linebacker he was. I knew obviously he had to be good, but I never knew just how good. So y'all seen Josh Heupel talk about him just a second ago, and he's going to be with Josh Heupel during the Vol Walk. Unfortunately, I don't get to go to the Vol Walk because I'm an usher at the game, and I got to be there. I think the Vol Walk's at like 9:45. I have to be at the stadium at 9:30. So, unfortunately for me, I don't get to do Vol Walks, but for any of you who are going tomorrow, Al Wilson will be there, assuming walking next to Josh Heupel. So be sure to check him out. For the people that don't really know a whole lot about him like me, let's just read a couple of his stats. Alright, utsports.com. Let me just read the quick biography here. National Football Foundation and College Football Hall of Famer Al Wilson just might have been one of the greatest linebackers in Tennessee history. His leadership was even more special, acting like a quarterback for the defense. His unique leadership was unparalleled on the Hill, and it carried over into a season that was much the same. He was the Vols' only All-American selection from the 1998 undefeated national championship team. The UT captain ranked third on the team that year with 77 tackles despite missing 3 games to an injury, the first since he was a freshman. His highlight was a 12-tackle performance in UT's 2017 overtime win in Knoxville against number 2 ranked Florida, which he set a school record with 3 caused fumbles. Going down in college, 42 games played, 272 tackles, 27 were for loss, 11 sacks, 8 forced fumbles, 3 fumble recoveries, 10 pass breakups, and 2 interceptions. Pretty impressive. Obviously, the reason why we are honoring him tomorrow, 2021 College Football Hall of Fame inductee, 98 First Team All-American, 98 First Team All-SEC, 97 First Team All-SEC. Then he went to the Broncos. Says his NFL career totaled 714 tackles. Damn. 21 and a half sacks, 8 forced fumbles, and 5 interceptions in 125 games. Retired in September of 2008 after an 8-year NFL career spent entirely at Denver. Was first team NFL All-Pro selection in 05, and he garnered second team All-Pro status in 06. Selected to 5 Pro Bowls in 01, 02, 03, 05, and 06. Was selected by the Denver Broncos in the first round, 31st overall pick in the 99 draft. As a senior in 98, first team All-American and All-SEC, served as the heartbeat of the team as well as its captain. Knocked 77 tackles as a senior, good for third on the team. Led the Vols. You got to remember though, he missed 3 games. Led the Vols in forced fumbles with 5, also recovering 2. Recorded 4 sacks, 6 tackles for loss, and broke up 3 passes during the season. Led the defense with 21 big plays throughout the 98 campaign. Opened the year with a 13-tackle performance on the road at Syracuse, and followed up with a 12-tackle outing in the win over number 2 Florida. Against the Gators, he set a school record with 3 forced fumbles, made 11 stops against UAB, 9 in the rain versus Arkansas, 9 against Alabama, 8 at South Carolina, and 7 versus Georgia. As a junior, he finished the season as third, again with an ankle injury. Named second team All-SEC, selected by league coaches and Associated Press, accumulated 83 tackles, started at left linebacker and called defensive signals, chalked up 16 big plays, third on the team in that respect. Led the Vols in tackles for 5 games, including 4 in a row. Wow. Recorded a season-high 12 tackles versus Ole Miss and Georgia, 9 tackles against UCLA, 8 versus Florida, and 11 against Southern Miss. In the FedEx Orange Bowl with Nebraska, he was credited with 8. I'm not going to read the rest of it, but I mean, as you can see, he was a pretty impressive player. He says, "It's truly a blessing to be considered one of the best to play the game at the Colgate level. To my teammates, coaches, and all of Vol Nation, this is our award." That just tells you right there what kind of a guy he is. Philip Former has to go say, "I am so proud of Val Wilson being selected into the College Football Hall of Fame. He is so deserving, not only for the passion and effort he played with, but for his leadership as captain of our 98 National Championship team." Al was, I don't know how to say that word, of a competitor. He knew the importance of preparation to be great, and he influenced others to follow his lead during the offseason, spring practice, summer workouts, and certainly through the fall of that wonderful 98 season. He was the ultimate teammate and respected by everyone for his dedication, hard work, and love for the game and physical play. He found a way to connect personally with everyone on the team on and off the field. As you can see, heck of a player. Had a great college career, went to the NFL, had a good NFL career. Ultimately, he ended up retiring, I think with a neck injury. So, which is unfortunate because nobody wants to go out like that, you know what I mean? But anyways, we see on the stat sheet how good of a player he was. Watch this video clip and let's talk about what kind of a guy he was.
They've had a pass play for a touchdown of longer than 50 yards 3 out of the last 4 games. But it's that straight-ahead running game they want to stop. Wilson says the Hogs will be wide-eyed when they see Tennessee's speed on defense. He also says if you hit them long enough, it will, quote, lay down. Back to Tony Barnhart. A great build-up for this Arkansas-Tennessee game, Tony.
It really is. You know, after the graduation of Peyton Manning and the injury to Jamal Lewis, some people thought this was the Tennessee team with no stars. They're wrong. Al Wilson may not be a household name, but his burning desire to win lights up the sky at Old Rocky Top. When teammates and coaches talk about Al Wilson, they use words like fearless, competitor, and warrior. But the best compliment they can pay the Tennessee linebacker is they wouldn't want to play against him.
I got blasted by Al in the spring, and that's something I don't want to do ever again.
Al Wilson covers ground. He makes the field smaller offensively because you can't get away from him.
He's a disruptor, and that's the way he plays the game.
Wilson has been effective despite nursing a bad shoulder that may need surgery after the season. He is barred from contact drills in practice and doesn't need them. His teammates know that when the bell rings on Saturday, Al Wilson will be there.
If I can walk, if I can do anything in my power to even get on the field, I'm going to do that. I mean, that's just the way I am. I mean, I'm not getting anything positive out of sitting on the sideline, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, whatever I have to do to get on the field, I'm going to do it.
As a guy matures, he starts to understand the difference between pain and injury. And Al is certainly dealing with the pain part of it.
Past couple of weeks, I've seen the pain. He's not going to take a letdown for an answer. He's just going to keep going and keep going. He's the type of person try to ignore pain.
For those reasons and more, Wilson has won the respect of his teammates. Still, he's not bashful about holding them accountable. At halftime of last year's SEC championship game with Auburn, the Vols trailed 20-10. In the locker room, Wilson took control.
Al just stood up and just threw chairs, and Coach Foreman couldn't stop him. None of the coaches couldn't stop him. And he said, hey, we're going to go out here. We came this far, to win this football game. We're going to have to go out here and do it.
I knew that this might be my only chance, playing in a championship game. I never won a championship in football, and even got close. So, it was just like I wanted it real bad, and I wanted my teammates to know how bad I wanted it.
Properly inspired, Tennessee came back to beat Auburn and won the SEC title.
I'm glad that the guys took it to heart, because I think it's really paid off for us, through the end of last season and throughout this season. So, I mean, hopefully we can just keep it going and, and everybody stay on the right track.
Ultimately, Al Wilson is the soul of this Tennessee team because he generously gives as much respect as he gets.
Al's very respectful, I think, of his teammates and has the respect of his teammates. But if he tells you something, it's because he means it, because he's not a guy of a lot of words anyway. He's going to tell you what he thinks.
There's no question that Al is a star, but he doesn't like that particular role. He enjoys playing well, but, his teammates are very important to him. This football team is very important to him. This program is very important to him.
So while Wilson may be a reluctant star, he is Tennessee's ultimate warrior.
He's the emotional leader of this Tennessee defense.
That's just the way it is. When you're a competitor and you really love to win, you'll do anything you can to win.
Al Wilson ripped the ball out.
Lightning light pursuit is Al Wilson to nail him.
He's the guy that gets him up every week. Al Wilson knocked it out.
Hell of a player, hell of a person. All right, we could all learn something by ripping a page out of his book, you know what I mean? Not even just in sports, but life in general. If you want to win, if you want to succeed, you're going to have to work for it. You're going to have to work really hard. But when you work really hard, good things come out of it. You know what I mean? It's just one of them things. Obviously he's talking about football, but we could apply that. Any one of us watching this video could apply that to our everyday lives. Just his toughness and the way he played with everything. The players walk under that tunnel and they smack that sign. Today I give my all for Tennessee. And I believe 100% he did that every time he walked into the practice field, onto the football field, classroom, outside of school. I believe 100%, just off what I've heard other people talk about him, that he gave his all all the time. And we need a lot more of that. You know, we need players that has that mentality. I saw another video with a plane flying over. Sorry about that. Anyways, I saw a video. There's two of them. What the hell is going on? No respect. You see, I'm trying to make a video here. I apologize about that. I should probably edit that out, but I ain't got time. The game's tomorrow. Anyways, damn, I lost train of thought. Oh, I seen a video earlier today, and I was trying to find it too, but I couldn't. But he was talking about, you know, when he came to college, he wanted to wear number 7 because his mother's birthday was on the 7th of February. So somebody else already had that number. He couldn't get number 7. So he said, well, maybe I can get number 27 because my mother's birthday is February 7th. How cool is that? I mean, you just don't hear many people honoring their mother's birthdays with their jersey number, you know. I mean, that's just, once again, it's just showing you what kind of a person he was. Nothing but respect so far that I've heard about the guy. Nothing but respect from former teammates, people that's played against him. You know, anybody who knew who he was, anybody who was watching Tennessee football while he was playing there. I mean, nothing but respect for the guy. And it's an honor to be at the game tomorrow while he's there. So I know that they were trying to paint the 27-yard line a different color, and it's got to be approved and all that stuff. And I think the NCAA said no. So I think they might be trying to do something else on the 27th yard line. I don't know. I guess we'll find out tomorrow. I haven't heard anything else about what they're going to try to do, but anyways, that's going to do it for this video. I ain't really got a whole lot to say about Al Wilson because, you know, I didn't really know a whole lot about him until I had to do a little research to, you know, find what I found. So that's going to be it for this video. Gamecocks tomorrow. I don't think they got a chance. I don't think they have any chance at all. I like their new head coach. I don't know much about him as a coach, but I know the guy is funny when he does interviews. I know y'all seen that interview when they got demolished by Georgia. The guy's funny, man. I like the guy. We're going to hurt his feelings tomorrow, I think. And I'm anxious to see his press conference after we whip their ass. So, y'all stay tuned. More videos are coming. Go Vols.